The acceptance of that part of myself in general was a part of my process of being able to actually have love in my life.
Kiki Palmer gets candid about her sexuality.
Oh my gosh, come on, let's talk about it.
The actress chats with Raven-Symoné and her wife, Miranda Pierman-Midday, on their podcast about coming out as a free spirit.
There was a moment in my life where I was just like, can I be myself? That's not even me. Why am I overthinking this? And then I guess you just get to the point where you're just like, well, I just want to have my own life, be my own life.
Raven had her own coming out in 2013 and married her wife in 2020.
What was your very first impression of me back in 2015?
I'm going to marry her. I just knew.
I knew you were the one for me when I was mad at you, but I still wanted to hug you at the same time, and I didn't want to, push you away.
As for Kiki, she says because she's attracted to men and women, she just hid one side of herself from her family.
There is a unsaid thing that can make you feel you know what I mean? And because I always like guys too, I was kind of like, well, we don't have to talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's because I like guys too, it was that's just another little extra thing that, no one really has to know about. I don't really have to live out.
But by the time she was 17, after years of repressing her feelings, Kiki says she decided to explore her life.
And I ultimately just feel like the acceptance of that part of myself in general was a part of my process of being able to actually have love in my life.
And her parents were just happy to see her happy.
Sexuality and stuff like that, that was not even my parents never really cared about something like that or talked about that. But I know that by the time they saw how free of a spirit I was and whoever I wanted to date, they were kind of like, whoever cares? There was never anything that was in their mind.
Kiki has been open about her sexuality in the past. Using her 20, Nope star has been dating Darius Jackson.
I just really am grateful to have such an amazing partner to do this with. But I think that is obviously why we had the kid together. I saw way before that he had the dedication, the patience, and discipline to be an amazing dad. And that's why I wanted, to have my baby with him.
The two met in 2021.
I don't like when people think that somebody's just going to be saying something just to say it. First of all, I love black people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to ever tear nobody down, try to tear no black man down. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I stand for. That's not what I'm about.
The two appeared to be going strong until he shamed her online for wearing a sheer outfit to an Usher concert. And while she didn't reveal where their relationship stands, Kiki spoke to The Cut in the wake of the drama, saying that since having a baby, she's gotten so much more powerful. I'm just so strengthened in a crazy way, strutting my stuff, enjoying.
I mean, it feels so exciting. I think I'm just, kind of stunned watching it all go down.
And
you can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the AlphaSphere. Welcome to the AlphaSphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA. She's pretty much admitting that she got with Darius Jackson because he seemed like the type of man she want to have a baby with. She's admitting that she used to go for a kid when she knows that she really wants to live a life where she has access to girls and boys, men and women. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to have access to men and women. And she knew that the way she structured that situation, that man thought that was his girl. He thought that was his girl. He thought they were going to be a family. I guarantee they hadn't discussed that she just wanted a baby out of the situation. He thought they were going to be a family. You know how a woman, especially if you're a dude that want that, if you're a dude that want to be married and all that, a woman will tell you that, well, I just don't believe in legal marriage and all of that. And she'll tell you, oh, no, I don't believe. When we say it, we mean it. We just don't believe in it because it don't benefit us. But a woman who says that, listen, why would a woman say, I don't believe in legal marriage when a woman gets all the benefits from the divorce? Why would a woman say that? Either it's not real or she's thinking like a man. But why else would she say that? It don't make sense. So if you want that, then you got to understand, man, that a woman will tell you what she want to tell you to get what she need to get out of you. Now, I'm not saying 100% of women will do that, but I'm saying, is that a risk you want to take? Do you want to start slacking on your purpose to take a risk of going that deep into a situation with a woman, dog? Do you want to do that? Let me tell y'all something right now.
The moment you start thinking, you stop thinking about me and start thinking about we, your shit is done. The moment you, especially, man, listen, if you ain't in a position to be no breadwinner, to pay the cost to be the boss, the relationships don't apply to you anyway. Like, they just don't apply to you. Like, you can't have a relationship. All you can have is a partnership. That's just real, man. I mean, listen, if you can't pay the cost of it, and I ain't talking about even like in a mansion or nothing. If you can't pay the cost to be the boss in the projects, if you can't pay the cost to be the boss, then relationships don't apply to you. You can't have a relationship. That shit is just a partnership. Well, it's not a relationship from position of power. I put it like that. They're all relationships. But you can't have a relationship from position of power. It's a 50-50 partnership. At best. At worst, it's 60-40 her way. Cause her name on everything. In those situations don't count. You don't need to worry about how to be in that type of relationship. You need to worry about how to get your life right so you ain't got to be in that kind of relationship. That's what you should be seeking out. But I say all that to say this. When you're already in that situation, your family and your wife and kids go over there. That's your family. Over here is your purpose. You got to keep your purpose separate from them. Because the very moment you start meshing the two, you'll start having to make decisions. At some point, they're going to clash. And you're going to have to start making a decision about which one to supplant over the other as far as importance goes. And once you mesh them together, you're going to have to start providing some of that time to your family. So whatever you're doing on the Sabbath, you're going to have to start giving it up to start doing stuff with your family, because your family going to get tired of you not being there for things. And then once you mesh them together and make your purpose a family thing, all of them are equal. So you can't focus on your purpose. You're not going to be able to, because mentally you've wrapped your mind around the fact that your purpose and your family are one in the same. You can't have your purpose and your family be one in the same. Your purpose cannot be to have a family. That's a woman's purpose. You're feminine if your purpose is to have a family. That's a part of the ride for us on the way to our purpose. If we want to partake in it, that's just a part of the ride. Now, I'm not saying that your purpose you're not gonna have to tailor back on chasing it so hard. But I'm saying if you're giving it 100%, I'm talking about chasing it 100% of the time, not doing anything, not compromising, sacrificing. When you have a family, you're gonna have to tailor that down to 80%, because 20% automatically go into family, automatically. Now, I'm not counting the time where you're just present in the household. If you're working from home and your wife and kids in the house, to them, you at home. You know what I'm saying? If an emergency happens, you can come right upstairs or right from where your office is upstairs, wherever it is, right? When you're away from home, those are your 80%. Anytime you're around them, you ain't got to be interacting with them, playing and doing, saying you ain't got to be, grabbing on your wife and squeezing on her and doing all that. You ain't got to be doing all that. But whenever you're in their presence, that counts. Otherwise, you got to be on your purpose. So that full 80%, once you give them 20%, you damn sure can't compromise on the 80% because they already got 20. You already gave them 20% of the time you were giving your purpose, dog. That's a huge sacrifice. A huge sacrifice. One of the biggest sacrifices you can make is giving your family 20% of the time you had been spending chasing your purpose your entire life. That's a big step, man. Because some things are going to change with your purpose. That's why you got to make sure you're situated before you do things like that, man. Hey, that's church right there. That's church. Let me tell y'all something, man. He said it in a funny way because it's more receivable. You can be more receptive to it when he puts it that way. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the same type of shit I be saying. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about if a woman don't want you, because there's gonna come a time where she wish she had you. And I promise you, as a man, there is never gonna be a time where you're gonna wish you still had that woman as she gets older. There's never gonna be a time. There's just never gonna be a time. For all of the things that you can say would be better now, the most important things would be worse now. I'm not saying that a woman can't get older and sometimes, listen, most women get older and they start to understand the benefits they didn't know how to bring you when they were younger. But the real benefit of having a woman around you every day is having someone around you that make the whole environment sensual, sexy, more efficient, and something you can't hardly keep your hands off of. That's it. As she gets older, she loses those things. She starts to care more about herself and what she needs, and she'll only give you what you need in a direct compromise, in a direct exchange. So you got to just remember, man, those important things on the SMV scale, those things wane as she gets older. Listen, there are some beautiful women in their 30s, 40s. Hey, I've even seen an attractive woman in her 50s. You understand? On a rare occasion, you see attractive women older than that, but they started taking care of themselves in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and they just kept it up. But the reality is, she's never going to be as attractive as she was when she was 25, 26. Unless she had a hard life, but just basically growing, man, she's never going to be as attractive as she was when she was, maybe 20, let's say 21, 22, 23, from 21 to 26, 27. She ain't gonna be able to get that back no more. No matter how good she looks when she's older, she can look hella good. I'm talking about she can be murking everything 15, 20 years younger than her. But just imagine how much better she was when she was 15, 20 years younger than she is. You see what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. So you have to keep in mind that stop making a big deal out of women who don't want you. Don't worry about that. You just keep becoming the best version of yourself. Because I can promise you, if you got a problem with women not wanting you, then there's a good chance you probably need to look at yourself. So don't worry about the women wanting you, because I promise you, if you got to worry about that, you're not becoming the best version of yourself. Becoming the best version of yourself, you're not going to have to worry about women wanting you. Is every woman going to ever want you? No, but you're not going to have to worry about women wanting you. You ain't going to have to concern about women not wanting you. And I'm talking about women you want. You ain't going to have to worry about it. But it take a lot of hard work. It take a lot of dedication. And the closer you get to it, then the better your results are in every facet of life, including with women. You know what I'm saying? You get 70% of the way. Let's say you spent your whole life at 20% of the way to being the best version of yourself. You get 70% of the way. Your life is totally different. So much different. In fact, it should motivate you to at least get to 80. You get 80% of the way there. Boy, everything in life is different. So the only thing to focus on is your purpose. You know what I'm saying? You got to become the best version of yourself. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, socially. You got to become the best version of yourself, man. None of the other stuff don't matter. It don't listen. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself in totality. It don't pay if you're a rich dude that weigh 500 pounds. And it don't pay if you're a lean dude that can't buy a sandwich. It don't pay if you got your money right and your body right and your spirit so bad that only thing come around you is negative energy. You can't enjoy your winning because you keep losing stuff all the time. You got to work on yourself in totality, man. You got to work on yourself in totality. If you bring an old school car to me to do a frame out restoration, you're not going to be satisfied if you get your car back and all I did was paint the body. And then you crank it up, it still got the same old motor in it blowing smoke out the back. You ain't going to be satisfied with that. You drive off and it's still squeaking. You ain't gonna be satisfied with that. You said frame out restoration. Although body bushing should be restored or replaced. So as men, we gotta understand, man, that the only thing you got is your purpose.